So last week I didn't do a single formal workout. Not one. No bike ride, no strength training, nothing that I would necessarily put on a plan. And yet it ended up being one of my biggest movement weeks in a while. This week I'm on vacation and I actually have time to make a plan and follow it. These are two completely different weeks and they're both moving me forward. If you've been beating yourself up because your weeks don't look the way you think they should in terms of movement, this episode is for you. Welcome to the Biking Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Stacy Smith, and I lost 50 pounds riding my bike by focusing on what my body can do. Now, I teach other women how to do the same. I am obsessed with completely flipping the script on weight loss so that we can work out to feel good and feel strong. If you are ready to stop dieting, learn how to appreciate your body, and have fun riding your bike, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hello, my wonderful friend. Welcome back to the podcast. And if you're just joining us, a special warm welcome to you too. Thank you so much for being here and welcome to the Biking Wellness community. Okay, so I want to get real with you today because I think what I'm about to share is going to make a lot of you feel a whole lot better about where you're at right now. Last week was rough, like genuinely rough. I wasn't sleeping well. There were days where I woke up with absolutely zero energy and putting one foot in front of the other felt like a struggle, my friend. I felt like I deserved a medal just for showing up to work, but I'm a teacher, so showing up means putting on multiple performances a day. There is no phoning it in. And by the time I got home, I was just done. Except I couldn't be done because I had all sorts of other things I had to do. And I just didn't do a single formal workout the entire week. No bike rides, no strength training, nothing that I would have written down in a plan. But here's the thing is that one day last week, I spent an entire day spreading mulch. I was coaching my son's baseball team, so there was movement there. I took the dog for a couple of walks. I was moving my body constantly, just not in the way that I would have planned for or expected or would have necessarily called a workout. And when I look back at the end of the week, I realized it was actually one of my biggest movement weeks in a while. I just didn't see it that way in the moment because while I was living it, none of it really felt like real workouts. So this week is totally different. I'm on vacation. I have more energy. I have more time. I actually sat down this morning and made a really simple movement plan for the week, and then I posted it on Instagram for accountability. And it feels great to just have that plan. Oh, and speaking of Instagram, if you're not following me over there, you need to. It's been so fun. Come find me at Sassy Cycling. That's SASCY Cycling. I just wrapped up a 14-day challenge where I shared everything I stopped doing in order to lose 50 pounds and keep it off. And I've got more fun and cool stuff coming. I'm also having some really great conversations in my DMs over there, and I would love to just get to know you a little bit better. I know you know me from the podcast, but this is a community, and it's just as important, if not more important, to me that I get to know you. So come follow me, send me a DM, say hi. I'm at Sassy Cycling on Instagram and on YouTube. Okay, but back to what I was saying. Both of these weeks of movement count. Both of these weeks are moving me towards summer and towards feeling good in my body. And also towards understanding that there is a difference between women who lose weight and keep it off and women who keep starting over because they think that every single week has to be perfect. So the first thing that I really want to dive into today is this idea that not every week is going to look the same, and that's actually totally fine and absolutely okay. You know, summer's coming, and I know that a lot of you are thinking about what you need to do in order to feel good in your body this summer, and my friend, same. And your brain is probably telling you that you need some big, intense plan, that you need to work out 5 days a week, that you need to get on your bike every single day, that you need to watch every single piece of food that goes into your face, that you need to start strength training and doing all the things right now or it's going to be too late. But that is not how it works. Not for me and not for my clients and not for anyone who actually loses weight and keeps it off for good. Because real life is not this super duper fitness plan. Some weeks you're running on no sleep and you can barely function at work, let alone think about getting on your bike. Some weeks your kid has activities every single night and you're just trying to survive. Some weeks you're on vacation and you have time to actually plan out your rides and your workouts and your meals. Some weeks are wide open and you can do whatever you want. The women who lose weight and keep it off are not the ones who do things perfectly all the time. They're the ones who know how to adjust. They know how to look at the week in front of them and say, okay, what can I actually do this week? What does movement look like for me right now, given what I'm working with, given what my schedule is like, given what my real life is looking like this week? Like last week for me, it looked like mulch and baseball and dog walks on a body that was running on terrible sleep and zero energy. This week, it looks like a plan that I posted on Instagram where I have bike rides and strength training workouts and some yard work as well. Neither week is better than the other. They're just different and they're both moving me forward. And the part that I really want you to hear, because even I have to remind myself of this sometimes, is that the reason why movement matters for weight loss is not because of the calories that you're burning. That's not why spreading mulch all day helps me lose weight. It helps because when I move my body, I feel good. I feel strong. I feel like someone who takes care of herself and can spread mulch all day with my husband. And when I feel that way, I naturally want to keep taking care of myself. I want to eat in a way that supports how good I feel. I want to keep moving. I want to be able to do all of the fun stuff this summer, the bike rides, the hikes, the swimming, the playing with my son, all of it. I am not moving to earn my food. I'm not moving because I ate too much over the weekend. I'm moving because it makes me feel amazing, and I want to feel like that all summer long. And that is a completely different reason to move your body than what most of us has been taught, than what the diet industry has taught us. So if you've had a week like mine last week where nothing went according to plan, but you were still finding ways to fit little pieces of movement in wherever you could, I want you to give yourself credit for that. Just as much credit for that as you would for a week where you're doing a bunch of formal workouts and bike rides. This counts. This is real progress because this is you finding a way to fit movement into your real life. You don't need a perfect week of formal workouts to be moving forward. The next thing I want to talk to you about is I want you to really be honest about this difference between all movement counts and I'm avoiding the things that I really need to do. And this is something you might have a hard time hearing or you might not really want to hear, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give it to you straight. I don't want to just tell you what you want to hear. I want to tell you the truth. All movement counts. I believe that with my whole heart. Spreading mulch counts. Walking the dog counts. Coaching baseball counts. 5 minutes of movement during your lunch break counts. All of it counts. All of it matters. And there are certain things that I know I need to be intentional about. And for me right now, that is strength training. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be real. I have been feeling extra pressure to get a strength workout in because I know how important it is, especially for women our age. Building muscle matters. It matters for our bones. It matters for our metabolism. It matters for how strong we feel doing the things we love. And spreading mulch, as awesome as it was, isn't always necessarily the same thing as an actual strength training session. Although, mulch, you're lifting a lot. Okay, so yes, it can be. I'm not trying to discount that. And I'm not saying that you can't get strong and that you can't build muscle from those activities too. But doing the strength training workouts is still important. So this week while I'm on vacation and I actually have the time and the energy, strength training's on my plan. I'm actually going to be doing a strength training workout today, probably right after I stop chatting with you. And I'm throwing it out there in the universe because I'm really, really not wanting to do it. I told my husband earlier today that I need to do it and I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. And I know that if I tell him and I tell you, just the fact that it's out there in the world, I know I'm so much more likely to do it. I know it's important. I want to feel strong this summer. And I think this is where a lot of us get stuck. When we hear this idea that all movement counts and we use it as permission to avoid the things we know we need to do, or we go the other direction and we beat ourselves up because we didn't follow the perfect plan. And honestly, the truth is somewhere in the middle. All movement counts and some things require that you be intentional about the movement. Both things are true at the same time. Last week, I gave myself grace and I let my movement be what it was. That's what worked for me last week. This week, I'm being intentional about the things that I know that matter. And I know that I am the kind of person who strength trains even though she doesn't want to do it. I can accept that I don't want to do it. And I can say, you know what, Stacy, you don't want to do it, but you're going to do it anyway. I'm not making it mean anything about me if I skip a strength workout here or there, but at the same time, I'm still adjusting to this idea that it's important and that I'm the kind of person who does it even when she doesn't want to. So I'm not making this week or last week mean anything about me as a person. I'm just adjusting based on what I have to work with. And that is totally reasonable and sustainable. That's what actually gets you to summer feeling good about yourself. Not a perfect plan, just the ability to keep adjusting, testing and finding out what works, and keep showing up no matter what the week looks like. And when you can do things according to plan, and when you can do something that is a little bit more formal, that's great. If you can't, that's fine too. Just make sure that we're not making excuses for ourselves, okay? So that's sustainable. That's what gets you to summer feeling good. Okay, my friend, here's what I want you to take away from today. Not every week is going to look the same. And that's actually how you lose weight and how you keep it off. Some weeks are mulch and dog walks and surviving, and some weeks are planned workouts, strength training workouts, and bike rides. Both count, both move you forward. The reason you move in your body is not to burn calories or to make up for what you ate. It's because it makes you feel good and strong and feel like someone who takes care of herself. And when you feel that way, everything else starts to fall into place. And please be honest with yourself. All movement counts, and some things do need to be intentional at times. Give yourself grace when the week is nutty, but also be purposeful when you have the time, when you have the energy. That's the balance. And if, like me, you didn't strength train at all last week, last month, last year, you haven't started, that's okay. Just start again. You can always start tomorrow. You can throw on a strength workout on YouTube. It doesn't even matter what it is. All it matters is that you commit to it, that you commit to doing it. Summer is coming, and you don't need a perfect plan to get there and to feel amazing. You just need to keep showing up, whatever that looks like for you this week. Now, if this episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend. I bet she's beating herself up right now about not doing enough, and she might need to hear that what she's doing actually counts. And she might need a little reminder about what to do when you have the time for intentional workouts. And if you're not following me on Instagram or YouTube yet, please come and find me at Sassy Cycling, SASCY Cycling. I just wrapped up that 14-day challenge, and I've got more good stuff coming. And I also just want to hear from you. Send me a DM, say hi. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode. And remember that I am cheering you on every single step of the way. Talk soon. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the Biking Wellness Podcast. Be sure to head on over to sassy.com/guide, SASCY.com/guide, to get my completely free Lose Weight Biking Quick Start Guide so that you can get started with simple, doable weight loss today. That's SASCY.com/guide.